Yes, you can actually cast spells using tarot cards. I wrote this book based on a class that I taught last year on tarot magic. It was so much fun that it led me to 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 writing this book. I mean, we're not talking about using tarot for fortune telling in here. We're talking about using it for magic, how to actually cast spells for like love, protection. There are rituals inside. It is a spell book for tarot cards. Um, you just tell you some of the things. Here's some of the things I covered on the back. Let me hold this up here for you. Um, I mean, I got the magical meaning of all 78 tarot cards, not just the meaning, but the magical meaning. Um, you got rituals for love, protection, power, tarot based candle spells, jar magic, doll magic, working with ancestors, spirits, deities, techniques for spirit communication. You even got shadow work, and a lot of it is based off which cards you choose. Now, some of these cards you would put on your altar. Some of them you may print off a copy of a card instead of ruining a card, to wrap around certain candles, to put on an altar as a either as a protector or as a figure holding energy there. So let me pull a couple of cards and give you an example of what some of them are used for. I pulled see 5 cards here, so I could actually go over what some of them mean and how you can actually use them magically speaking. Um, Here we got the Lovers card, and most people think it's just about romance, but magically it's about connection. I mean, you can use it in spells to sweeten a relationship, to like rekindle trust, even help a person connect with themselves after a really bad breakup. Um, in one working, you can pair it with rose quartz, a red candle, and use it to draw in a soulmate or to deepen the bonds of a committed relationship you're already in. So, and each one of these could signify you and your partner. So it's used. That's how the lovers is used in, say, for example, a spell. Now, the Hermit card. It's not just about solitude. People think this is someone who wants to be alone, but it's about clarity. You can use it in spells when someone is overwhelmed and needs to be pulled inward, to sort of them to get themselves together. There's a ritual in the book where you set the Hermit card beneath a white candle dressed with myrrh oil, and it's for when you need answers. But you don't want to hear the noise from everyone else and all their opinions, just your own spirit talking. So it's sort of like, yeah, it's when you think of a hermit, you think of staying to yourself. So it is about hearing your own voice and cutting out the clatter of all the people who want to give you advice. And they're not always walking in your shoes, you know? Tower card. Now, the tower card is usually like, oh no, I got the tower card. Everyone's jumping out the windows. It's all terrible. Things are going to crash. But sometimes you need things to fall apart so they can rebuild them correctly. So there is a spell in the book where you use this tower card to finally break free from a toxic situation. And that can be a job, a habit, a person. And you actually burn the card's image along with black walnut leaves to banish and sever the tie with whatever that is, whether it's a person, a situation, or whatever. And then next we've got the Empress. Very good for abundance spells because most people see the Empress, they see her caftan, that she's pregnant. It doesn't always, you can't really tell if that's really the case. Is she pregnant? or just wearing loose clothing. But it is a card about maternity, motherhood, fertility, and fertility is about fruitfulness. So whether you're growing a business or planting a garden or trying to attract wealth or some sort of overflowing energy, in this working, you would actually layer her with basil, green aventurine, and you would put it under a money drawing candle to bring in that energy of her building fertility around your money. All right, 9 of Swords. This one people think is about a spell to make someone feel bad or to give them nightmares or something, but no, it's the anxiety card. But sometimes the best magic you can do is to bind your own fears. So we teach a spell in the book where you place this card face down in a jar with lavender and blue thread, and you seal it and you set it near your bed to quiet nightmares, to actually make any fears you have sort of quiet themselves at night so you can get a good night's sleep. Because a lot of us, we have all these thoughts racing through our heads at night and it makes it hard to sleep. But that's what tarot magic is all about. This is 147 pages of spell work to use with tarot cards. You can even use tarot cards like paper dolls. So think of them as like paper voodoo dolls. Or doll babies. Voodoo dolls is not really the technical term for puppets that are used in magic. That's more of a Hollywood term, but everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say that. So yeah, you can use different people in the tarot deck as paper dolls. Another spell you can do is a money drawing spell for the Empress and the 9 of Pentacles put together, and you lay the cards down under a candle dress it with cinnamon and chamomile, and you sort of like speak this spell while the wax is melting. So it's all about magic in the imagery, waking up what you're wanting to happen. So you're wanting that fertility of the Empress, you're wanting the success of the 9 of Pentacles, and you're going to sit there and meditate and concentrate on it. So guys, this is one of the favorite books I've written. It's really cool. It turned out great. It is tarot magic, spells, spreads, and sorcery using the tarot deck. You can get this on the AromaG's Botanica website at aromags.com. You can get it on Amazon. And if you are a store, Ingram Publishing, Distributing, actually carries this, and you can order it several copies in wholesale. So this is Papa G. My given name, my author name, Gregory Lee White, you can find on Amazon easily. And this has been all about my new book, Tarot Magic. So go get a copy today.